Well, good evening. Welcome to the February 11th, 2019 meeting of CONA, the Sarasota County Council of Neighborhood Associations. I'm Kathy Benz, and I'm the current president. Our website is www, of course, conasarasota.org, and we have a lot of resource materials on it. You should go to our website and look for information related to this type of topic and other topics that would interest you. And our videotape will be, of this meeting will be posted there. Tom Matrullo videos for us and posts them to his site and then gives us a link to it. But we also have an archive of videos that go back to 2012 on important topics that you can always refer to. Our calendar is on that on our meeting page of that website, and all of the videos from many of our meetings are accessible through our calendar archive, which is at the bottom of the calendar thread in the left-hand side. The next CONA meeting is Monday, March 11, and I'm in the middle of a change of the presentation, so I can't announce at the moment what the topic is going to be, but it'll be posted on our website. In a couple of weeks, I'll also start sending out our meeting notices. At this point, I'd like to take announcements from the audience, and there are a couple of people from neighborhoods that I have scheduled, and after that I'll see if there are others. Chris Bales, do you want to stand up and talk about what's going on over at your area?
I've been speaking about our neighborhood that's a rural heritage neighborhood that's one house per 5 acres and 50 acres at the end of the street. The developer's looking to rezone originally for 70 homes, a cluster home development in the rural heritage area in between Palmer and Fruitville area, kind of out east of the interstate. So anyway, the developer is still in the picture. We're not sure exactly how many homes that they want to do there, but we're fighting it, and we've really come together as a neighborhood, and thanks to CONA for connecting me to some really wonderful people that have helped our neighborhood so much. Lately we've been hit with everything, like, you know, people wanting to do commercial development on 5 acres in the middle of a residential area. We just had another special exception where they wanted to do group home living, again in the middle of this residential neighborhood. So we've been successful because we've all kind of grouped together and we show up to these meetings. And I'm wearing yellow because I just went to a meeting because the Legends, which is near Tatum, they're being hit with someone wanting to put a concrete crushing equipment right next to their residential development. So it's really important, and thank you everybody for all your help that you've done, and we're still working on the Boatman Road project. Thank you.
I don't see Ben Cannon here tonight, but I don't think that there's been activity on that project. So, Sarah Cochran?
Hi, I'm Tom, where's my moment?
You're fine.
Hi, I'm Sarah Kochman. I've been dealing with the Benderson Siesta Promenade Project. A recap for those of you that don't know what it is. And it was actually approved lock, stock, and barrel by the County Commission on December 12th. It is located at the corner of 41 and Stickney Point, the approach, of course, to the South Bridge to Siesta Key. Benderson asked for and did receive approval to put on 23.8 acres, which is that whole corner, a 130-room hotel at 8 stories, 13 buildings, including that one ranging in height from 40 feet up to the 80 feet, 414 apartments, and a strip mall. And of course, that corner, nothing moves during season, so we had quite a coalition together, an affiliation of many neighborhoods from Siesta Key Association, Siesta Key Condo Council representing 9,000 homes, the Landings, Esplanade, etc. And we had representatives from all the organizations speaking to the commissioners, representing thousands upon thousands of people. And we had experts. They limited our time to 3 minutes, including our experts and our council, and it was passed 100%. So a very motivated and quite annoyed citizen decided that the county should be sued. Now, the reason why there's grounds to sue the county is they did not proceed through this application according to the rules and regulations. They didn't follow their own ordinances. They didn't advertise properly. There were like close to 10 things that they did improperly. And the attorney at the time, Morgan Bentley, had been writing letters to Alan Roddy, the county attorney, outlining to him over the course of time, you're not doing this right, you really should address this now, hinting that there was going to be legal action taken. The suggestions by Morgan were not heeded, and the commission went right ahead and did what they did. So this motivated individual decided he was going to take those points. Morgan is not the representing attorney. Another attorney is by the name of Ralph Brooks. And he has filed a writ of certiorari. And what that means is it's going to go before the 12th Circuit. And it's our hope that the judge will say, County Commission, you screwed up, you didn't do it right, you didn't follow your own ordinances, start all over again and do it right. And so that's where we're at. The reason why I'm updating everybody is I was in the forefront of it since 2014 in earnest, from 2016 to present. They were looking for a plaintiff that had impeccable standing, and that would be me because I'm 20 feet from it. And so I am the plaintiff, so if you look it up, it'll say Sarah Kochman v. Sarasota County. So, this is all privately funded. I have on that table, when you leave, please pick up a little flyer. There is a website, and on the tab of the website, you can go through the whole website and you can learn what it was, what it is, legal action, you can read the whole writ. It's pretty readable, it's ordinary English. If you wish to donate, there's a way to do that. You have to write checks, there's no GoFundMe or anything. The person that's handling the trust for this is Siesta Promenade Trust is Morgan Bentley. And he's collecting all of the monies and he's having a ledger of who's donated what. And then if all the monies are not used, everybody gets a pro rata share back. So all the money be accumulated and then hopefully it won't have to use every dime. But that's kind of where we're at. We don't have a time frame yet right now. The county has to respond in about 30 days. They may ask for an extension and then we have to respond back and then we get a court date and we'll see what happens. So that's the latest on that.
The flyer that Sarah was talking about is a little cutout, and it's on our table over here. If you want to pick one up, they'll be there through the end of the meeting. Tom, do you want to talk about what's going on at Celery Fields? This is Tom Matrula.
Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, real quick, the latest is 2 pieces of news. Jim Gabbard of the waste processing facility thing did receive a permit for a waste transfer facility just last week. So if you see something being built and it happens to be between you, if you're driving on the highway, and the celery fields, that would be a waste transfer facility, which will be where you'll find construction debris in tall piles whenever he gets around to it. We don't have legal recourse, as far as we know. We've talked to some lawyers. What we do, or possibly have, is political recourse. Mr. Gabbard is severely connected with everybody who runs the board in this county, especially Mr. Wachter. I won't go into all this now, but we will be looking very closely at what happens here. The county is about to open the critical area plan for the other public lands at the Celery Fields. There are 4 parcels, and they will go through a process that might take as long as 9 months for it to decide the best use, which we now know, of course, is industry, because that's what they've been wanting all along. However, the public will have a role of some kind in this process. I wrote to the lead planner last week, and I asked him, do you have a schedule? When will we meet? Will we all be there? How will we know? Blah, blah. I asked him a bunch of questions. I'm still waiting on that. But the Citizens for Sarasota blog, which is sarasotavision2050.blogspot.com, will have all the information as this develops. And I would hope that the public would keep an eye on this, because this could very much be an informational process by which we learn how the county does what it does and why it does it. And that might be useful in 2020. So keep an eye. Thanks.
Thank you. Erica Brigham? I'm sorry.
I represent an association of...
Hold on. If you're going to be recorded, you need to come up to the microphone.
I don't know what's going on.
I can't even hear what you're saying.
Well, why don't I speak for I'm going to be talking about this.
Okay.
Erica wants to speak also. Let me let Erica go first.
I put one of these on everybody's chair. It's a bill that was recently, on the 24th of January, introduced in the House of Representatives in Washington by Ted Deutsch, who represents the coast on the East Coast from Broward to Fort Lauderdale. And one of the co-sponsors is Francis Bruni, who is on the coast just south of here. And it's a bill to put, it's called the Energy Innovation and Carbon Dividend Act, which puts a gradually escalating price on any kind of fossil fuel at the wellhead, at the port, or at the mine. So it hasn't gotten into the economy yet. And it starts out at $15 a ton per effect on climate change, global warming, the effect on the atmosphere of that particular fuel. And it would be different for, say, methane as opposed to CO2. So every fuel that has a detrimental effect that causes global warming and climate change would be fined, or there'd be a fee put on it at $15 a ton of their, whatever their gas is, and that would gradually rise $10 a ton every year. And the income from that would come back to every single household, every single person in the United States with a monthly check. And so there's been a lot of investigation on this, a lot of research, and it shows that almost everybody in the United States, except the very wealthy, would have a positive result on that, from that, because as the price of fuels go up, they would have more than enough money to take care of that increase in price. So it's a market-based solution, and everybody is then going to be inspired to do innovative research and develop alternatives to fossil fuel. And it doesn't favor any one particular industry or part of the economy or any kind of field. So it goes back to every single person.
Well, thank you.
And we'd like you to contact your congressman or woman and ask them to support this bill.
I did forget to say that it is,
You need to be on the
Yeah,
video.
it's an outcome of outgrowth of Citizens Climate Lobby, which is a wonderful organization that is bipartisan and has been working on this for many, many years. And they go and contact a lot of people in Congress and other parts of the government and decision makers all over.
Come on over here.
Hi there, my name is Doreen DuPont, and I live on the south end of Longboat Key in Country Club Shores 4. And I just got on the board there of the Homeowners Association, and there's an interesting thing going on there. They're having, a lot of people are having gas siphoned out of their boats in the middle of the night. And they think that it's related to somehow the people there are now putting lights in their seawall. There's a new technology that with these lights, it curbs barnacle development. You have to keep the lights on like almost 24/7 for it to work. And apparently it attracts fish, if there are fish anymore. And when the people get caught in the canals in the middle of the night, they're telling the police that they're following the fish in there, that's what they're doing in their swimming. So I thought that was interesting. You know, some of you people may have waterfront properties, and you need to know that that's going on. Also, I want to tell you that March 13th to 17th, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to be part of Al Gore's leadership training corps for his climate reality program. When I come back, I'm obligated to give a lot of presentations of his talk. So if you have any club or any place at all that would like a speaker about climate reality, I'll be available. And I'm pretty easy to find. It's Doreen DuPont.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that has an announcement they'd like to make? Come on up.
Hello, my name is Jana. I'm with Rethinking Plastic, and we have a meeting coming up on February 27th at 6 o'clock at Selby Library, and we're educating the public, working with the City Commission and the Sustainability Office in educating the public on single-use plastic, what we call the Bad Five. And please come and join us as we work with the city and also work with restaurants to curb their use of single-use plastic. So we need all of you. We need some help when you go out to restaurants. We'll give you some information so we can stop the polystyrene and plastic and straws. Thanks.
And that's very important because the state has passed laws that prevent the municipalities from restricting the use of these plastics. So it's got to be done on a voluntary basis.
The state's passed a red wall and back, not the other items.
I have no idea what you've said, and it's not on the video.
He said there's a preemption for plastic bags, and now
You've got to speak on the microphone.
there's a preemption on plastic bags, so we can't ban plastic bags in the state of Florida. There's three bills. There's two bills. They're trying to preempt straws at this point, and there's another bill that's trying a good bill to ban bags and straws, reversing the preemption. So, and we're going to talk about that at the meeting on February 27th at Selby Library.
What time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Is that it? Okay. If you have questions,